Hi everyone, welcome to another Howard's Coin Finds on YouTube, Facebook and eBay. So all three you'll find me, same name on all of them. Went down the bank, took back the coins that I grabbed this morning and grabbed a few more. But I'll just do a couple now because I'm, well, anxious to check a couple of rolls. They're just sitting there. So I'll do all the dollars. I got $80 of ones, so I'll do them, and I'll do 4 rolls of the 50s I got. I've got another 10 rolls or so there, like 8 rolls. That I'll do later or now. Just depends. I'm just fixing up the quality. That's it. Why does it do that? Yeah. Let me see how. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, it's it again. It keeps putting my. I can't get my own screen up to. It keeps going backwards. I want to see how quick it is. 1, 2, 3. About 4 or 5 seconds delay. All right, so I'll check these ones first. Go through them. Pretty warm in here. I've got my fan going on me, which it's only 24 today. It's going to be 37 tomorrow in Melbourne, and then Sunday 21. And I don't know if it's. I think it's 20s Monday. Didn't see in the middle of the week, but it's pretty strange, isn't it? It's humid outside. Nice in the sun, beautiful day. And it was lucky that I did those coins this morning, just a few of them that I had. I think it's $200 worth. Because the guys came and cut the tree at the front on the nature strip, man, and then they cut it and mulch it right there. You can't hear nothing, not when that's there. So it was good timing. It was about 20 minutes after I finished. So yes, I went down and only grabbed $200 worth. So I still got $80 of 50 sitting down the side. I wasn't planning on doing right now, but we'll see. S for part of Australia. So there was the AUS that you can get on the Discovery Hunt. Privy mark right there, S. And the 35 years, $1. So privy marks, counter stamps, mint marks, you know, to me, keep as many as you can afford to keep. If you're looking for them yourself, they're face value and you can just spend them down the track if you want to. Form of savings or, 15, 20 years, only $1.5 million, and they're a privy mark, and it's the last circulating coin with the Queen on it, with a privy mark, the little black bits on it. So it's the last one as well now. So that's going to have some significance, I would assume, down the track. Oh, look at that. I would have taken it if there's a mule. So this is from my normal bank. This morning's that I had, the $200, was from my little bank. Or was it 300? Can't remember now what I had. Yeah, so oh, that's right. I only had dollars this morning. Yeah, I emptied that. I only had $120. That's right. Just remember of dollars from my little bank because they ran out of dollars. They had nothing in the machine. It was, I think, 5 cents again. That was it. So you wait till after 10:30, 11 o'clock, and most banks have had their armour guard drop off. Go over then and you get as much as you want. And also putting your coins into the bank too, because the girls are there. If the hoppers fill up while you're there, they go in and change the hopper. There's another 2,000. I've got to be getting close. I thought it'd be from my little bank, but I'll take it from any bank. Normal Commonwealth Bank. little one. I'll just get my bucket. Get my bucket to put them in. Right in your ears, sorry. Alright. Yeah, so anyway, Friday. Don't know who's got Poets Day, but I'll tell you what, it's 3:36 Melbourne. Unless you're in Queensland, you're an hour earlier, but Poets Day, mate, it's Friday. So you should be well on the Poets Day right now by 3:36 here in Melbourne anyway. If you're allowed to have it, if you could get, you know, pee off quickly. Tomorrow's, was it? Tomorrow's Saturday, Poets Day. Anyway, pee off quickly. Tomorrow's Saturday. There you go, get some. I was looking at that bit and I wasn't looking at this. Wacky weather, yeah, you're over in South Australia, you're having wacky stuff. But I said today we're 24. Tassie's the lowest at 20, but everywhere above is 30s. I said to my daughters that it's just like we're sitting right where we get a northerly blow. We're going to get everything like we do piled all the way down through New South Wales from the top down here, and I'll bet you before the end of April that we have a heap of scorches in Melbourne. That's all we want is a couple of north winds and we'll cop all that heat as we have before most years. Yeah, so I'm expecting that to come. No cuds, no rotate, and that might be the small head. It's got just a little bit bigger gap here, so I'll keep it. If I see another one, we'll put them together. But yeah, that looks like it's a small head. It's just a slight difference when you look at it. And you can see it's away from there a bit more. We'll get another one, hopefully in here, and I'll show you the variety that you can get on that. That's the obverse variety. Sorry, the obverse variety on that. And you can get them rotated 30 degrees. All the ones I've got so far are all the same, 30. I've got about 20, 24, somewhere there, 23, 24. It could be more, because I've got some on eBay. If I haven't got them in the count, that'll be 31. Or 30. Yeah. So, and all the rotates I've found are all on the large head. I haven't found any rotate on that small one. But you can get the cuds on the flame in here. You can get cuds in that one there. Really good ones too. I've got one's got, it's a space in between each one going along, and it makes it look like that. Makes it look like it's a cog in the wheel, you know. But if you had that and this was broken, then it would look like a chain on a cog, you know. Anyway, so they're pretty good. And I've had them on both. The rotate, I've got 2 rotates with those cuds on them. So they're the only ones I've got the cuds on is on the rotate. Oh no, I've got them on the other 2. Yeah, so I've got cuds on the large and small variety. And I've also got cud 2 out of those 24 or 30 rotates. I've got 2 of them with cuds on them too. So anyway, look on the back of those ones for cuds in those flames. Yeah, the northern wind gets some. Yeah, if it comes, we'll get some, alright. We'll get some real bad. Yeah, so, you know, down here when we get those north winds and it blows here, man, does it just hammer all day. And, you know, you could seriously put something out and have it like one of those dry fry ovens. But yeah, get some stinkers down here. But down here now, summer, it doesn't finish till April, into April. 2 or 3 weeks into April is when we'll start getting the hot weather now. Like tomorrow, 37 out of nowhere. And that happens here. From my life going through, the most consistent years where you basically had summer start in December, somewhere in there, and go through till start of March, that was probably right through the 70s to early 80s. That was summer. And then early 80s, our summer down here, I noticed it started getting later and later and later, and now we have it into April. But in the 70s through to probably 82, I'd take a guess at, it was more or less over by the time it hit the end of February, March. Too bad. So so summer's jumped about 4 or 5 weeks. It's like Groundhog Days, another 6 weeks of summer. But it has progressed up by at least 4 or 5 weeks to where it was. But now it's been consistently that extra month. I'm just waiting to see it get back to the 70s, temperature or months that it came in, to get a rough idea of how the climate's going. But yeah, it's definitely consistent now for many years, that 4 or 5 week jump that it did from early 80s. Early 80s it jumped that 4 or 5 weeks and it's more or less stayed there. Alright, you know what I just did? I just put that small head in with all the rest. And I've got a large head here because, oh no, that is the small head. Oh, it is, that's it. Look at there. I thought there was a rotator I kept, but I haven't found one. There's a U to go with the S. Now we need the A. Need the A. So same thing, 1.5 mil. I think the A is 1,540,000. I think I saw on the mint site, and these are 1.5 on the dot. Anyway, so AUS. Australia Coin Hunt Discovery. So there's one here. It's another. There'll be a set out of 4 rolls. Making a difference. 4.1 million or 4.7. No. I think it's 4.1 million. Under the radar, that one. I don't pick on that or take it out, or anything. I have taken some out that have been like nearly, almost uncirculated. But otherwise they're all like this, so they're worth getting, for sure they are, because they're low mint, but getting them in good nick, that's another thing with them. I don't remember that I've taken very many out at all, just a couple. The top neck, got a bit of probably a tilted die again. You can just tell, you can just see it, just nothing up here. So the vertical tilted die hits here first and doesn't complete. you completely, and you can see from there halfway, look, which is the point of something that's round coming in. Halfway it's got to be correct, halfway out. Yeah, and that's just, this hasn't been, it's just all due to that. I don't think that's thinning, it's a bit too thick. But something happened between the collar die and the die and caused that ridge. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. $14 Anzac. I'll scrape out of it. 22 million on them. You get 5 of them. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 100 years from World War I. For a set. So getting them in top nick is the thing. For now, because we're lucky, we're still finding all the years, you know, down the track. These ones, 22 mil, yeah, but the other 4 will start getting harder for sure because they're low mint. The 15's 1.4 mil, 16's 2.1, 17's 1.9, and the 18's 2 mil. So, you know, they will down the track for sure. Over 10, 15 years, you know, you won't be seeing too many. And on top of the fact that every year you get new collectors. So, you know, you've got to go on that. You've got to add that factor into it too. There's the ones that are there now and the new collectors that come along and they want them and the old collectors aren't releasing them yet. They just, well, that's how you get your scarcity. Increasing our population, increasing collectors. With a low mintage will definitely make it harder to find. So that's all I got out of that. $80. That one's there because it's the small head, but that's all I can tell you. It's a small head and a large head. Well, the large head, it's, if I go off the top of the T, if it's not mended too well in there, just, you know, I'll go to the next one, will be the Z here, because it's flat to look at. And I can see from that Z, that's really good. That gap there is a lot wider than, let me just see if I've got one here. No, it would be when I've put them away. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I pulled any out at the very start, did I? It's a real pity because that one's clear. And let's see, just by chance I happen to pull one out. Yeah, that one's clear. It's a pity because I would have liked to have shown that one because it's been so easy to see. I've got to dug one out from anything before. Anyway, yeah, so when you get them, just check that distance. So, you know, if that's, I don't know, if that's 0.4 of a mil, say it's half a mil from the inner rim to the top. The large head is 0.4. You know, we're talking really minute, but that's nice. That's nice there. I can see that just by eye that that's the small one. And you get used to looking at these things. You'll pick it up by eye. With a lot of these varieties, you'll pick them up by eye if you train yourself on them. But you will pick them up by eye if you look at enough, and you'll just know when you look at it that, you know, that this looks a bit further away than my normal looking at these, and that's because these ones are the least to get. They're like the 99 $2. The one to find in these is the standard small head, not the large head. I've got 23 rotate up to 30 rotates. They're all large head. All the ones I keep finding are large head, and every now and then I'll get a small one like this to show you guys with a large head that I've pulled out. Yeah, so I don't know what the percentage is of Well, you know, I'd be taking a guess, but I'd say probably more like the $2, you know, somewhere in the 12 to 15 large to every small, standard 99. Yeah, same as on the $2. The large is dime a dozen, same as on this. It seems they're dime a dozen, but the small head is the one you want to be looking for. And I haven't found a rotate on the small head at all, out of all of them. So anyway, so that is the small head standard, which I should keep there because, well, you know, talking to you guys, I'm thinking about what I'm saying, and yeah, they're not too easy to come across. Yeah, oh look, my screen's disappeared. It's just blank. I didn't even say. I haven't even looked over. If anyone said anything, sorry, but I'm just rebooted it now. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what we don't know. And as I say, with the exception of a few that the Mint knows that they found and got out early, the ones I don't tell you about, like the rotate one, the 30°, that means that anything that they don't tell you about, the 2001 rotate, this one, anything basically that's a variety they don't tell you about, or an error, you have to assume that it's one die. No matter, even if you think, oh, they got it at 10,000, 20, you can't prove it. So the fact is, you've got to go what a die will produce. And, well, I'm pretty sure they'll produce around 250,000 coins. And if that's the case, then we have to assume that that is what it is. Yeah, there's no way of calculating without the Mint telling you when they stopped it. You know, everyone's just guessing on everything. The mule was different. Even the mule, they've been still guessing. It was 3, then 8, then 10, then 15, then 20. Now it's 20 to 30. You know, I mean, it might be a whole die and 250,000 of the things out there. Because I don't know where the figures keep coming from. They keep changing, so that means if the Mint had told anyone, then it would be a constant figure. But the figures are not constant, which means everyone's guessed how many there are. And we have to go on, well, what we got. And it's what a die will produce. And so I have to say that rotate was stuck in there for the whole thing till the die blew up, broke, whatever they did, changed it because it was filled, worn. And they might not have noticed and done another one in the same position, which means it's 2 dies, but I don't think so. I think it's just the one. And yeah, I'd like to think there's only 10,000 of them, or 5, you know, and I'm pulling them out like crazy and no one else is. And they won't be around for people to get out. We keep taking them all out. That's my point. If you find them, you want to be keeping them because they're definitely unrealised. And as with the 2001, you know, the Millennium, they did say they stopped it. But that means they must have done a run of a die. The Millennium NQ's flag, there's no way they stopped it. They actually did that on purpose for a test. Now, you're not going to run, you know, 10,000 and say, oh, yeah, I don't like it. They're going to run the whole die out. So even that is going to be a full 250 for sure. Or 200, whatever they produced on the die. And a lot of them are like that. Unless they give us the figures, you've got to assume the most that can be produced from that die. And just hope that everyone wants them and you realise that they didn't do a whole die. You know, that's when you find out, when they're wanted and no one's got them. Or not when they're wanted by everybody, by heaps of people. Is what I should say, not nobody's got them, but when they started being, you know, when they're going up in price, when everybody wants them. Anyhow, I'm going. That was pretty good. That was quick. I got 8. Oh no, I'm not going. What am I talking about? I said I'd do these 50 cents. Man, I was waffling like I was going to finish. Anyway, that's what we got to do. Anyway, that's the only way you can go without figures from the mint. Yeah. That's you got to base it on that, and then just go on what's getting around, I suppose. What people are saying about finding them, but not just in one state, every state, and taking the average and seeing what's going on. Looking for the crops, so there's none there. Looking for the the bubble underneath the beak on this one. So there's a circle, which looks like a donut with a hole in it, just right under the beak. And the other one is it's a nice clear round dot, nearly round, but real nice. And I got 3 of them, but on checking them, I found that there's another one down in the 0 just here, and it's a perfect round dot that matches that one there. It's a double dot. So I've now done pictures, put them in a post on YouTube. Or I've got them on my Facebook anyway. Did a post on there and showed the double dot, that there's one down here. And it's not just a small, it turned up whatever. It's actually nice big round button, just like the one under there. And I've got it on 3 of them. So wherever that button one is there, the dot, there'll be a dot down here, because all 3 of mine have got them. So they were together. So that's going to be, when it finally gets into a variety error book, which will be an error, it'll be known as the double dot, because that dot accompanies that dot. They're together. On the 21. So I got 3 of them. But yes, as I was, excuse me, going over with me 10 times, and I'm looking down the one, I'm like, oh, there's another dot. It just stood right out. It's on that reed just there. Checked the other 2 I had, and exact same. So not a one-off. The 2 spots, the 2 dots are together. I haven't found the crop circle on that 21. I haven't found one of them, so I can't see if the crop circle has also got that dot there. That would be Julie Buttigieg if she came on. She's got the crop circle under the beak. And Snapper told me about the dot under the beak, and then the very next day I found one myself. But then I checked them 2 days ago, or yesterday. Oh, there's Julie now. And I checked my 21s 2 days ago, and the bubble one that I found has a bubble or dot in that 50. And so with yours, Julie, that one that you've got the crop circle underneath, check inside your 50 just here and see if you've got that round cud. Because the one that I found, the one that Snapper told me about and then I found, is in the exact same spot as yours. It's just yours gone into a complete round chip. And that one I got under there, I saw it had one here. I checked the other 2 and they're exactly the same. So there's a nice matching pair of dots on there. So so Julie's online there. So yeah, if you check yours and see if you've got that double dot, or if you've got the crop circle and the dot. And if I'm right that the crop circle's turned into the complete cut, into the dot, then, well, you should have the beginnings of it down there. Yours should be maybe looking like a crop circle and a crop circle, and then when it chips out, it's a dot and a dot. Anyway, check it out. That'd be good to know. .22, so I got a snake eyes the other day. I found one. I still got to do Wisey's mail call and send to Georgie's. I got them there. I'll do them this weekend because I'll be out of coins. And this gets, the 22 gets a dot just next to the crown there. In the same spot the 21 gets the crop circle. This doesn't have a crop circle, it's just straight out a dot like that. There could be a prior to it, I don't know. But the one that Snapper's got, and the one that I found, and the one he sent me, are the exact same. They're just straight out, they went straight to a small chip into a cud. Whereas the other ones started out differently on the 21s. Still reckon it's a bubble that popped on the hardening. Just left a little round crater on the hardening, which when it minted created a round die crack. Round die crack looking die crack, raised. And it's right in there when, oh, has this got? It has, there it is there. So that's a crop circle and it's raised. And you don't get round die cracks, hey? That's a die crack, round one. And you don't get them. So I reckon the hardening had a bubble on it that popped, and that's the little bit of hardening that went, you know, just that whisker, and left the little die crack to be produced on there. But it's raised, yeah. But anyway, that's all right. That's the 2021 crop circle, and the other crop circle you can find is under the beak, which this don't have. And right there it is. Oh, that's on the button one. The actual crop circle, I don't know if this is down there until Julie checks hers and lets me know. Oh yeah, no worries, Julie. Yeah, a bit under the weather with arthritis. Yeah, I know how you feel. I had to go and get cortisones in my neck when I found out that it's all, oh, okay, that one, that's a crop circle. Found out that it's all brittle and arthritis and closing, because I couldn't move my neck one time. I had to get the ambulance. I was in. She asked me what the pain number, you know, 1 to 10. I said 11. I've never seen two ambos nearly keel over. I mean, they take it seriously when you say 10 or something. You know what I mean? They were like looking at each other, and I looked at them and I said, "I'm pretty serious." I couldn't move my neck, not 1 millimetre, left, right, whatever. Worst pain I've ever been in my life. Totally helpless too, because it felt like my neck was going to snap if I even tried to move it. And one of the ambos, massaged my neck. Excuse me, massaged my neck. Man, did she massage it. Oh man, I was crying. She got right in there. She said it just happened to be that she'd done physio course, and she broke my muscles up in the side of my neck on the top there, the shoulder. I swear, did she get in there? Oh, did she get in there? Oh, mate, I couldn't believe it. With the pain I had and what she was doing. Anyway, she soothingly talked to me while she was killing me. And I don't know, maybe, 5 minutes of, well, seriously, I was crying, mate. It was pain. And then it started easing, getting a bit better and better. And anyway, champion, seriously. I could move my neck. I didn't have like it was going to snap. So she massaged that for about 40 minutes, in there. Serious. Yeah, but that was in the days that, we had the ambulances getting around pretty quick. And there was lots of them. So they could have a well-deserved break in between, as they should. Anyway, so yeah, that was top stuff. But yeah, she broke that up. I'll tell you, did she get in there? Oh man, I can feel the pain right now. But it helped. Oh, you're getting vertigo, head spins. Yeah, it's not good. I will grab my neck brace on sometimes, even to get to the shopping, but I'll take it off before I go in and put it in the car. But sometimes if I feel like my neck's going to go, I'll put that the foamy neck brace on. I've learnt my lesson, mate. I can tell anyone out there, if your neck, if you do something really bad to it, it's not good. Because not being able to move your head and turn, seriously, just wrecks being able to do anything. But yeah, that was horrible. So I've got the snake eyes. So the snake eyes is 2 cuds. I've got 22s here, they've got multiple cuds in there. But I did find the snake eyes the other day, and it's got a slit there for a cud, and there. So die cracked is built up like a mountain, and one there. This eye looks like it's closed, winking, and that one was actually like a side diamond. So if you get a full one, you'll have a side diamond eye, and that one, and a space, and on and there too. Only small, but they're there, snake eyes. So yeah, got one. Mightn't be what you class as a complete one, because he's looking at it. The right eye was just a closed slit, whereas the other one was like a diamond. It's a good song, that, all the time too. Is that Rihanna? Alright, let's look at old Captain Chook. Chased a crook all around Australia, left his pants in the middle of France and found him in Tasmania. Who remembers that? That was from the 70s. That was everybody saying that about Captain Cook. It's very funny, maybe because these coins were out in the 70s. That's a flat 7. So that 7 is even with the 0 and the 9. And you can get a tilted 7, tilted to the right. And when it's tilted to the right, that top goes like that on the 7. And if you run the line across the 0 and the 7, it'll take you up to the rim. This one, if you run a line across the 0, 7, it'll go to the 9. One of them, and 3 definite, and I'm pretty sure 4 varieties of the tilted 7, different angles that they're at. So there's 4 dies they used, as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure, I definitely know 3, but I keep thinking I found 4. So they're all different slight angles of tilt, from, you know, flat going up, the angle going there. So look for them, but these are the least ones to find, the standard, obviously, because there's 3, if not 4, variety tilted to the right 7. So these are the least minted, the 70s. So 16 mil. So divide that by, well, 1, and the other 3, that's 4, but I reckon 5. But you go on 4, well, if you go on that, they're all pretty even, aren't they? 4 million each. But still, this is the least, because there's 3, possibly 4 tilted 7s. So look for them, get them in good nicks, I think. But you can find those in good condition. Oh, who's there? Sorry. Yeah, stay out of the light, Julie. Yeah, the light's off, but you're listening to me, that's it. Jobby, how you going, buddy? Yeah, just listening to the dark, you know, just think I'm like a podcast or something. If it was Halloween, I could do some scary Halloween talking crap things. 14, where's the other 14? Yeah, sorry, I was just saying. Oh, Christine, how you going? Poor old Julie's in the dark. Oh, look, there's a larger. There's a wide date, 1994. That's all right. That's the second one in 2 days. A little bit of ding there, but still. A bit dirty there too. Anyhow, that's the wide date. 1 mil between the 9.9 and the 9.4. The standard is 1/2 mil and 1/2 mil. I measure 7 mil across for this wide date and 6 mil across on the diagonals at 6 mil. So, and you know, they're like one every, I said 40, 50, 60 of them to every wide date. So I found 2 now in the last 2, but anyway, that happens, but it's not the average, not by far. If it was, I'd have tons more than I did, or do and did. I got a shadow bar 96 the other day, beautiful. So you can get them on the 96, 66, 83, 93, 96, 97, 2004, and I found one on the 93, and I found one on the 2004. I've got the 2004 and the 96 sitting here. And the 93s are on eBay with the 66s. I put them on as a pair, both of them shadow bars, 66 and the 93. No, nothing there. No. Let me just check that. No. I've got one circled already today, which isn't bad. So far out of this, there's another crop circle. Look, it stands out really easy on this one because of the fingerprints that's been on it from being uncirculated. Somebody's fingerprinted it. I'm assuming that you won't get this crop circle under here and the dot here and the dot there, which the crop circle turns into a dot, and there's a dot there, dot there. The crop circle's on its own as far as I know until Julie lets us know, or somebody that's got a crop circle underneath the beak, if there's a dot there as well, the same as the dot. So there's a double dot and then a crop circle under that beak, which is the precursor to the dot. Looks like a donut. It's not completely filled yet, and I'm assuming if it is the prior to the dot, that it should have something down here that would resemble something happening. And it'd be a real laugh if it was a crop circle there and a crop circle there, and then when it dots up complete, it goes dot and dot. That'd be uncanny. Anyhow, so yeah, we've got the 2 crop circles now, 2 in 3 rolls, 79 double barn. So yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, 2 in 3 rolls, the crop circles. But they're building up. I've got about 17 or 18 of them. But again, that doesn't mean there's tons out there. Just means it could be in the right place, right time, and they'll just disappear. And they will anyway, because they're in a real horrible spot just there. You can see that mark right next to it. I've noticed there's dings get right next to them. You can see that one just missed getting hit. So I keep finding all these dings all around here, you see. And so eventually these will get hit there so much you won't even be able to pass them off. You need to be able to see them clearly. But they're consistent, so that's a consistent error. That'll make it into the books if it's not in there, because it's consistent. Consistency wins. For the books, has to be consistent, I suppose. No, it doesn't, but to be given a name and to get them all, it's got to be, you know, but you can have the errors that get in there and they're not consistent, and there's only a few of them, or they just don't exist at all, as with a lot of stuff in them books. 16. You can get a variety on that. It's proof dies. Look out for it. It's thicker, further away from the rim. I had one. Don't have it no more. If you want to look at what the coin looks like, just the 2016 proof set, and have a look at that compared to the mint set, and you'll see that the lettering is totally different. Those snake eyes, 80, double bar, variety, right there. It's got 2 bars beyond the emu's head, right there. So they shouldn't be there. But the mint put them in there. They're not a die wear or a die fill. They're actually in there from the mint. The shadow bars, the 66, 83, 93, 96, 97, 2004, they're die wear. They've created what looks like that, but it's actually more or less filled in, and then it slopes off at the both edges. But when you look at the shadow bars, you'll see there's actually a width that's nearly the same as what these two are, but it's not shallow in the middle, it's full, and then it humps over to a slope and humps over to a slope, and it looks just like that there in width. It's what it looks like, but it's so shallow, it's really not quite flat, but it nearly is. But it definitely has a shape. Other than 2 bars, it's actually got a fill to the center on it, and that's all I can describe it as. Is like this reed here, and then see how that you can see that bar, if you want to say, on the edge there. Well, that's what it's like in there. It's actually got a center bit to it as well. That's the shadow bars. Yeah, so that's an 80, 79 and 80. They're 38 million, 79's a 24 million. So you know, you find 10, 12, 1980s before you find a 79 double bar. These get 30-degree tilted as well, 2010. It's actually one notch. There's 12 on here. 12 times 30 is 360. So each one of those notches is 30 degrees. And I think when they put the die in, they were out one notch on the 2010. That's what it's like, 30 degrees out. So they put it in one notch out. Can't rotate because it's not round. So yeah, they put it out by one. I haven't found one yet. Not yet. 2000 looks a bit haggard. They're low mint. They 4.7 mil, 5.4. Oh, somewhere around there. They're still 4.7. They're lowish mint, but that's not looking very good. 2014 crop circle. I found a crop circle the other day. 2014. Yesterday, I went off camera and I checked the rest of what I had, and I found a 2014 crop circle in there. So that's only 2 now that I have. I've got one on eBay, and I've got that one that I found. So I've only found 2 of them. And that reminds me, there was another 2014 somewhere, and I didn't check it. No, I'll have to look through. Yeah, so crop circle in there, and snapper found one in there and one down here as well on the ankle. Can't remember if it was with that or separately, but they looks the same. So I'd say a round bit of metal fell on, and at some stage it's gone over on here, or another piece on the die. Got to check now if he had both crop circles together or if they were individual. Anyway, exact same. Looks like a round pizza. It's the biggest crop circle of all of them. I've got videos on it. I've got pictures on it on YouTube, in posts on Facebook, and I've got videos on YouTube on it. 2012 gets a crop circle. Got something there. There it is, right there. See that little round Fruit Loop, I call it, because it looks like a Fruit Loop. It's rough and rugged. There he is, just there. And not really close, it just looks like a Fruit Loop to me. Let me see if I can, where are we? Yeah, there it is there. But anyway, it looks like a Fruit Loop, but that's consistent too with the shape and size. Yeah, that's your crop circle on the 2012. So that's about my 8th one of them I found. Yeah, that's alright. That's another one. So that's a 2012 crop circle, 2 21 crop circles, a 2014 crop circle yesterday. That's pretty good. 2014, they're the hardest one to find. Like I said, that's I've only got 2. That's it, 2. I've got 21s, I've got, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, something like that. 2012, I think that makes 6. Yeah, say 6. The 2012, so the 2014s are definitely the harder to find. 83, get shadow bars on them. I found one of them the other week. I don't know if that's gone. I'll still got it. See if I can get a beak crop circle or a dot. Nope. 97, look at that. 3097, 4.7 mil. No, that's the other one, 4.3 mil. You get shadow bars on this one. Very hard one to find the shadow bars on that one. Probably the least one, I think. Yeah. Less than a 96. But yeah, well that should be right with the mintage. The 96 is 19 mil. Yeah, so nice. If you want 97s, low mint, but they are low mint, they are what people want. Well, they need them, and they are low mint. You don't come across too many, but they're not scarce. Yeah, they're not scarce at all. You'll find plenty of them. They're not, you know, they're not common fodder, as I would put it, but they're not hard to get either. So what we got here? So that's straight. Oh, the $1 S&U, 1.5 mil. Level. Small head for, well, small standard head, 19.99. The gap's about, you know, 0.4, and the large head is 0.3. And you find the large heads all day, and with the rotate, they're the most common, not the small head. They're, you know, 1 every 10, 12, 15 large. So, you know, you want to get yourself a small head 99, because, well, you don't find too many. So we got 97, low mint. We got a Captain Cook, just because he's Cook, he's not low mint, he's 16 mil. But just to show you, yeah, he's going back, I'm not keeping him. You find them every day, and you find them in almost uncirculated, you know, they look, you know, they'd be uncirculated, but they're in there, they're almost done, and they're amazing. You can find them. I found many, really top neck stuff. Basically like the 71s I've been pulling out lately, they're almost uncirculated 71s. Anyway, you can find them in better condition, but look for the varieties on them, the tilted 7s. But this is the lower of all of them to find, is the straight 7. You'll find, well, 1 in 4 will be a straight 7. The rest will be tilted, and if I'm right with my 4th one, it'll be 1 in 5, with 4 tilted 7 to the right 7 varieties to get. So anyway, so to low mint, because it's cooked, Two varieties, so 94 wide date, got the mill between the 99 and the 94, and that's the wide date variety. And then we got a 1980 variety, dye variety, with the double bars. And then we got 2012 error with the chip out of the die, cud, turned into a, well, pretty good round. It probably started off as a struck through, fell out, it left its hole in there. So again, I reckon it's the end of screws, you know, the little swarfy bit that comes out of the hole, something like that, because we're talking small. It's something round like that, anyway, because you don't get round die cracks, you know, not really. But something started it off anyway. So that's the error there. So chip in the die. I'd say it's a chip more than a die crack. And then we got the 2021 with what is a die crack when you look at it close. It's let me see, where is it? Oh, I'm not. Just bear with me. There it is. If I hold my hand correctly, there. So yeah, so it is a die crack. It's raised. There, perfect brown. It's raised and a little die crack. You don't get round die cracks. So that's that one, and one on here as well, number 2. So we're going to see if that's, there you go. That one's raised a bit more. But they're in a vulnerable spot and they're going to disappear when these get more hit. They'll disappear. Oh, hang on to everyone I've got. Yeah, so there you go. So, come down. Low mint. Yeah, because it's cooked. Low mint. Definitely going to be low. Yeah, they made 27 million in these, 29 million, so it's not going to be that low, but they must be because they're hard to come by. So they might have only made 3 or 4 million of them out of all those millions. I don't know. This is a rough guess. So possibly low mint and standard small head, 99. Yeah, the older person. That's the one you want to try and find. And again, the secret, the competition is getting them in top nick. But low mint, because he's the variety, error with the crop circle, error, crop circle, error. There you go. So 3 errors, 2 varieties, 3 low mints, possible low mint, a little bit harder to get, and because you can get him every day and it's Captain Cook. But it doesn't mean much at all. But definitely good to put together, you know. It should be a set of 4, possibly 5, a set of 5 of these, nice, with the starting with a flat 7 and then the lowest tilt, next tilt, all in a run. That's what you want to do with the cooks, and then uncirculated almost. Well, almost uncirculated, because that's probably the best you're going to get. Yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, look at that, 1 hour. So thanks for that. And I'll be back probably, well, maybe later, I don't know, but tomorrow anyway. I've got the rest of the 50s to do, and I've got 2 mail calls to do. So I've got a few things to keep me busy. So have a good weekend, good night, if I don't catch anyone with my next live. But have a good night, and it's Friday. Live it up. And yeah, Julie, yeah, thanks for dropping in. Hope your head gets better. Panadine, codeine, Fortes. That's what I've got. Yeah, get some. Yeah, good to see you drop in, bro. Really good. And Christine. And Julie. And Jez. And Jobby. Yeah, but yeah, real good. So thanks for that. And I'll catch everybody later or tomorrow morning. I like doing morning ones, that's all right. Breaky show. Okay, so have a good night anyway. It's Friday. Live it up. All right, ta-da. Bye-bye.